Are you planning to study abroad? Are you considering the United States? Hi, and thank you for joining this live stream study at Florida International University in the U.S. My name is Augusto Mante, Recruitment Manager for Global Studies. Global Studies is an educational agency which helps you to apply to different destinations like the UK, US, Canada, Australia, Germany, France, Spain, Denmark, Lithuania, Holland, Ireland, Malta, Cyprus, and others. You just have to contact us. You have here our WhatsApp number, our email address, and you can ask for your free guidance session. Please follow us in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. You can find us as Global Studies UK, and you will know more about the different institutions and destinations that we can offer you. And today, we will be talking about Florida International University, and will be with us David Lecon, Managing Director. Hi, David. How are you?
I'm good, Hugo. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Also with us, Sasha Lawson. How are you, Sasha?
Hi, great. Thank you for having me here today.
It's a pleasure to have you here. And Paula Korchuk. Hi, how are you, Paula? Your microphone is turned off.
Oh, sorry. Hi, thank you. Thank you for having us here.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you here. And we are really interested in knowing more about what Florida International University can offer us. And I have a short video to introduce the students to Florida International University.
Hello from Miami. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is David Lecon, and I am the new Managing Director of FIU Global First Year. We are excited to welcome you here to our beautiful campus. I too was an international student, and I remember how happy I was to come to the United States and start my journey. I was also a bit nervous, but that is the reason we are here to help you. Our goal is to support you at the academic and personal level, so your on-campus experience is fulfilling and complete of memories you will always remember. In fact, it's very exciting to see campus life returning to normal. Today we are hosting 2 student events in our Global First Year Lounge. So as you can see, you have so much to look forward to. We also want to reiterate that you will have all our support here on campus and from our local teams to guide you through the visa process and transition to the United States. And of course, when you get here, to ensure a safe, secure, healthy, and happy beginning to your U.S. education. Any questions, please reach out to your counselor or anyone on the FIU Global First Year team, including myself, of course. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, David, for this introduction. And we are ready to start, if you are.
Yes, absolutely. I had forgotten about that video, but everything that I said it remains true. I'm no longer new. I've been in the position for about a year, so I have a little bit more experience, but I'm just as excited to receive students. It's a wonderful program, and thank you for taking the time to spend this time with us. So I'm going to go ahead and start the presentation. Is that okay?
Yes, it is ready,
okay.
David.
Oh yeah, perfect. I would like to start off by reminding everybody why FIU is so special, and why the Global First Year program is so special. I mean, I have on these slides, as you can see, 10 ways that sort of sets FIU apart and differentiates us from other universities in the United States and in the world, for that matter. But I think that what I'd like to say just to kick this off is that coming to the United States and getting an American degree is transformational. So my goal here is to try to explain to you what you can expect at a personal level and an academic level from FIU and also for the from the Global First Year team. So if you have any questions, I am happy to answer them at the end of this presentation, and hopefully we'll be able to start a dialogue and get some answers, get some questions answered. And always remember, connect with Hugo and the Global Studies team. They're absolutely fantastic. They'll be able to help you with the application process. We will hold your hand as well, but always turn to Hugo and the team. So let me start off by saying that FIU celebrated its 50th birthday or anniversary 2 weeks ago. So we're a young university in the United States, but I'm very proud to say, makes me just very, very proud, and I'm so excited to say this. We are the #1 public university that has risen in the rankings more than any other public university in the United States. So as of right now, that if you look at fastest rising university right now on your screen, it says we're number 78. That just changed. We're now number 71 public university in the United States, and we're the fastest rising public university of the decade. So yes, we are the #1 public university in Florida, and we are the fastest rising in the United States. And all of that is translated into an experience that you're going to have here at FIU that is just top notch. Why? Because our faculty are world class. The caliber of the students is world class and getting higher and higher and stronger. And as a result of that, we're rising in the rankings. So when you arrive here, I can assure you that 4 years later, your degree will be worth more than it was the day you arrived. Why? Because we have the momentum. The university is changing. So is Miami, which makes this very exciting, and we're hands in hand with Miami, just changing as a community and as a city, and that includes its university. So it's very exciting. I mean, we are, as you can see on this slide as well, a hub of innovation. We're the number 17 public university that is the most innovative. And that is a result of what's happening in Miami as a whole. Miami is now the new Silicon Valley. So there's just so much energy that's taking place in Miami, which is also hand in hand with FIU, because we're such an important institution within Miami, that it's just going to make for a wonderful experience when you're here. Let me move on to the next slide. And I'd like to point out, there's a number of things, but I'd like to start off by saying that we are a standout in business education. We're the #2 program in the country for international business. The I in FIU stands for international. International is critical. It's part of our DNA, so that's why we do so well in degrees and in areas that deal with international studies. And then lastly, and this is something that I think is very important as well, we are one of the largest universities in the United States, the 4th largest, and we have close to 50,000 students. But we also have a very low student to faculty ratio, which allows students to be in front of the professor and have a more intimate sort of environment and relationship with the faculty, because the classroom sizes are reduced. Now, this is even more true for global first year students. So for those students who are coming to take the global first year program, the class size is even reduced to even more. And they're very, very small class sizes, because again, we want to make sure that you have that one-on-one interaction with faculty. So again, let me move on from rankings, because they're very important, but they're not the only thing that you should consider. And let me talk about the other things you should consider when thinking of FIU as your university of choice. So another very important factor is where we are, is campus location. We're in Miami, clearly, as you know. And the beauty of Miami, and I mentioned it a moment ago, is that it's changing as a metropolis. It's the new Silicon Valley. So there's just a different energy in terms of entrepreneurship and angel investing and opportunities for that sort of ecosystem. So that really distinguishes us from other cities across the globe. What really makes Miami special, and there's a number of reasons, but in my mind, what really makes Miami special is that we have the highest number of Latin American headquarters in the world. There is no other city for students from Latin America who speak perfect English, perfect Spanish, and perfect Portuguese, because Brazil is a big market as well. Those are the types of students that these companies in Miami are looking to hire. So if you couple FIU being a world-class institution, if you couple that with Miami having the highest number of companies that hire young professionals, young alumni who have graduated from college and are looking to stay in the United States and work for a number of years, then Miami and FIU is your perfect option. Not New York, not Chicago, not Tokyo, LA, Madrid, or London. Miami. And if you add to that it's sunny the entire year round, so the campus is always alive, there's always things to do. When I came from Spain to the United States many years ago, I studied up north, and I just had a different experience. Why? Because it's snowy, it's cold, so it's just you're going to have a different experience. So FIU in that respect, wonderful weather year round. So this slide's our campus location. Our main campus is Modesto Marique campus. It's about 15 minutes from the airport on the west side of Miami. You can see on this slide also our dorm, our residences, the library, and the Graham Center. Basically, we're a little city within we're a little city within the bigger city. So the campus is really self-sustaining. I mean, we have police, firemen, pools, libraries, hundreds of restaurants. So really, there's a lot to do on campus. That said, students are free to go to the beach that you see on that slide, whatever you'd like, or you can go wherever you'd like once you live on campus. But there is a lot to do on campus, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. So why Global First Year? This to me is probably the most important slide of the entire presentation, because Global First Year is special. Global First Year is a program that was developed by FIU to welcome international students who enter into the United States with an F1 visa. Okay? My son, who was born here in the United States and who just started at FIU last year, he was not able to take the Global First Year program. So for instance, if he doesn't go to class, nobody's going to call me and say, hey, Alex didn't go to class. If you guys don't go to class, you'll get a call from me saying, hey, why didn't you go to class? Why? Because I meet with all the professors on a weekly basis to make sure that at the academic level, all of you are successful. If my son doesn't do well in an exam or on a quiz or in a specific class, nobody helps him. If I see that you are struggling in any of the classrooms, in any of the classes, we will give you coaching, we will give you coaches and advisors, and send you to study prep. So there's that additional service that we're giving you at the academic level to make sure that you succeed that critical first year. So the first year is very difficult. When you arrive from a different country, it's a different language, different city, first time for many of you living away from home, different university systems. So it's tough the first year. I certainly struggled, as I said in that welcome video, which I had forgotten about. And it's normal that you struggle. I'm here, as well as my entire team, to make sure that we help you that first year. So we mitigate all those roadblocks and difficulties that traditionally global students have. That is why we're here, to make sure that at the academic level you're doing well, and at the personal level that you're doing well, that you're integrating well into the college experience and college life, that you enjoy your time, that you're joining clubs, that you're going to events, that you're getting the most that you can from this incredible opportunity that your parents, I guess in most cases, are willing to offer you. This is not for everybody. You are very special, very fortunate to be able to do this. So we want to make sure that you're successful that first year. And then after you finish global first year, which is the first year, then you move on to year 2, but then you're on your own. But we've shown you, we've taught you, we've helped you that first year, so you're ready to be on your own for the remainder of your studies. And if there's any questions, I can go into more detail at the end of this presentation. Another service that we offer is career services. So again, my goal is not for you guys to finish global the first year. That's not important, really. What's important is that you finish your 4-year degree at FIU, and that you then find a job, an internship, and a full-time placement in a company, if that's what you want to do, if you guys want to stay and work in the United States for a few years. So career service is very important, and we will help you in all of that. We'll have plenty of workshops on how you find a job on campus. We'll have plenty of workshops on how you update your resume, your CV, and we also connect you with job opportunities and internship opportunities. Okay, so all of that is our services that you're getting as a global first year student that otherwise, if you were a regular student, for the lack of a better word, like my son, he's not getting. So let's shift now to what you can study at FIU. And I talked a little bit about the rankings, and again, don't be caught up too much on the rankings. They're important. They help for decision-making purposes. But every degree that you're studying at FIU is a top-notch degree. And because it's a young university, because we're so innovative, many of the programs that we offer are not ranked because they're brand new. And these are programs. So when you take, if you go to the engineering school and you get your degree in engineering, it's going to be radically different than the program that your parents, for instance, took, or your older siblings took at the university. These are very innovative programs. Many, I'll just remain with the engineering example. Many of our engineering students are graduating from engineering with jobs before they graduate. That's how innovative those programs are. That shows the demand that companies have for our students because of what they're studying the 4 years that they're with us. So again, we divide our degrees into STEM and computer science, business, finance, and economics. The business school is separate from the economics school. We have both, all excellent options for all of you. And then we have the last bucket is social science and humanities, where you can study journalism and political science, broadcast communication, and alike. So if most of the degrees that you may be interested in studying, we offer them. And I can, of course, if you have a specific question about a specific degree, let Hugo know, let me know, and I'm happy to send you the information and la malla curricular in Spanish in terms of what is studied within those degrees. Okay. So let's now shift to what your life will be on campus. And that, again, if you remember, I mentioned that we focus on the academic aspects of your studies, but we also focus on your campus life. It's very, very important. We want you to have a wonderful college experience, and it's like in the movies in the U.S. I mean, American universities have so many resources. They're such incredible institutions. I mean, they're definitely not like a university in Spain, where I'm from. So you're going to have a radically different experience here on campus. So I mean, we have over 300 clubs and organizations that you can join. So if you're interested in photography, if you're interested in fishing, if you're interested, it does not matter what your interest is. If we do not have a club for you, we have a department where you can go to and say, I'd like to create a club for, I don't know, a Harry Potter club. And I know it's a silly example, but it's the first thing that jumped into my head. And that department will help you create that club. And they will give you access to channels to broadcast and find other students within FIU that can join your club. So again, there's just so much to do. Sports, obviously, because of our weather, is also a very important aspect of your time in FIU. I mean, we have a recreational league where you can play almost any sport in the book, and so you always have a lot to do on that end. And then Miami has so much to offer as well. Besides campus activities, you have hundreds of events that take place in Miami year-round. So I can guarantee that you'll have a wonderful and active and fulfilling campus experience, which is so important during the 4 years that you're on campus. So let me talk a little bit about campus housing. So you have two options, even though it doesn't appear on this screen, but this is something new for next semester. For next semester, for those of you who wish to start in the fall. So now we're offering off-campus housing as well. So if you can see on the slide, I'm not sure how well you can see it, but there's some big buildings that are like salmon color and white. And right behind it, there's a small building in white. That's the off-campus housing. So off-campus housing is very, very close to campus. You just have to cross a small street. So now students will have the option to stay on campus if they'd like, or off campus. Pricing is similar. One goes from very premium housing, which is off campus, to other options. Both options are fantastic. Both are like staying in a hotel. It's so nice. And FIU and Global First Year has an agreement with FIU where we get premium housing for our students. So in that picture that you see the student on the bed, only Global First Year students have bedrooms that are for themselves, that they don't have to share. Every other student on campus in the dorm has to share not only the common area like the kitchen and the living room and all that, but they also have to share their room with another student. Global First Year students do not have to do that. They have their own room, as you can see in the picture. So this is just an example of what standard housing looks like. As you can see here, there's 4 rooms. Each one has one bed per room, so that's what makes it nicer and special vis-a-vis other students. The sides are, if I remember correctly, no, I just have one. So there's other options. They're a little bit pricier. Any option that you have, either on campus or off campus, is fantastic. So let's move on to dining. If you stay on campus, you need to purchase a meal plan. It's obligatory. If you're on campus, meal plan. If you stay off campus, you don't have to have a meal plan. Why? Because the kitchen in the off-campus housing is just much more larger and robust, and you have that ability. Now, if you stay on campus, there's over 35 dining locations on campus. Every college has its own restaurants within the college as well. So if you go to the business school, you'll have restaurants there. If you go to the school of engineering, there's also restaurants there. But there's also common restaurants throughout campus, which is the photos that you see on the slide, which is where most students go. It's the student center. So as far as costs, tuition for the academic year is $23,000, as you can see. Room and board, more or less, is around $12,000 for on-campus. And then insurance is around $2,000. That's gone up somewhat. It's going to be $2,400. And the reason for the increase is that it now includes dental and vision, which may not interest you much, but it's important to have that sort of insurance when you're here in the United States. I also wanted to mention that there are scholarship opportunities, and that's something that we're very proud to be able to offer global first-year students. Speak with Hugo and the team about them. I don't give them out. Hugo does, so speak with him. And those scholarships, you are just competing with the students that are coming in that cohort, in that semester. So we try to give as many as we can. When you finish global first year and you move on to year 2, 3, and 4, there are obviously scholarship opportunities for everybody, but there you're competing with everybody in FIU. So we'll have workshops that will talk to you about scholarship opportunities for the following years. What I would like to point out, and what I recommend all students I speak with and parents, try to come here to the States with the financial aspect already figured out. If you're able to get a scholarship for years 2, 3, and 4, fantastic, wonderful, congratulations. But I wouldn't plan for it as a given, because it's very difficult to get scholarships. FIU gives millions of dollars worth of scholarships. There's also private scholarships offered in the United States, offered through City of Miami, companies, foundations. So there's millions of dollars out there, but it takes a lot of work to get those scholarships. So I recommend that you try to get them, but don't count on them as your principal way of financing your studies. I also would recommend all students to work on campus. You have the right to work part-time on campus for 20 hours a week. It's a great way to get a little money in your pocket for your expenses, but it also forces you to get out there, speak English, meet people, and add another skill to your resume, which is very important. So definitely consider working on campus part-time during your studies here. Now, last word of wisdom, do not work off campus. If you work off campus, you'll be in violation of your student visa and you could get deported. So I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm just saying the United States Immigration Services have allowed you to enter the United States as students. You need to follow the rules. And one of those rules, very strict rules, is that you only work on campus as a student. Okay? So these dates are for the upcoming semester, spring 2023. I'm not sure when you guys are all planning to come, whether if it's spring or if it's the summer term, which starts in June, or if it's the fall term. Whatever those terms are, what I would highly recommend is that you speak with Hugo and the team as soon as possible. We are very fast in offering acceptance into FIU, and we do that at a very quick speed, because it takes months and months to get your interviews at the consulates and embassies. So if you're planning to come to and start your studies in this particular semester, apply early, because it may take a while for you to get that interview at the embassy. So, and again, work with Hugo, work with the admissions team, and we will make sure that you're able to start when you'd like to. Every semester, and again, I'm not saying this to scare you, every semester there's at least a dozen students who are not able to start the semester they wanted because they applied late, didn't get the interview until very, very late into the game, and then they just didn't have the time to do all the paperwork that they need to do in order to be able to come. And they came the following semester, so it's not the end of the world, but the sooner you apply, the better. So just in conclusion, FIU is really an amazing place to live and learn. You'll have an absolutely wonderful experience, not only with us the first year, but the entire 4 years. FIU is incredible. Miami is an incredible place as well. I'm absolutely certain that that combined, that it's just a great option for many of you. So I invite you to come, and I hope to see many of you in the upcoming semesters. If you'd like to just get a little peek at what life at Global First Year is, follow us on Instagram. You'll see pictures of events and things that we've done throughout the semester. So it's always a good way to sort of see what you can expect when you arrive on campus. And this is the last slide, so I can stop sharing. This is my email and telephone. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions that I can answer. But always, I would recommend work with Hugo and with the Global Studies team. They're going to be able to help you through the application process, because I'm not really involved. I'm involved the moment you arrive. But again, I'm happy to speak with you, speak with your parents. If you have any questions, you can set it up through Hugo. I'm here to help in any way I can. And that's it. So I'm going to stop sharing, if that's okay, Hugo?
Yes, it's perfect. Thank you, David. And thank you for this presentation. And yes, we have some questions. For example, we have here Wanda Brigitte Contreras. She says, hi, do you have the Scenic Arts degree?
Scenic Arts degree. I would have to check. And I can get back to you on that. Is that, well, first of all, Scenic Art, okay, artes escénicas. I'd have to check. I mean, we do have a school of communication and broadcast communication. So I assume that will fall within artes escénicas. But I highly recommend it. Miami is a thriving. Miami and LA really are two great areas for broadcast and those sort of degrees. Absolutely.
Thank you, David. And could you please tell us, there is another question, it is about the intakes. How many intakes do you have, and when is the deadline to submit applications?
Sure. So we follow a trimester for Global First Year. It's important to note that it's only for Global First Year that you could start in 3 different semesters. So you can start in the fall, which is in August. You can start in the spring, which is in January. And then you can also start in the summer, which is June. Any of those 3 semesters, you can start the Global First Year program. A lot of students start in the fall, which is the traditional start date for many programs, but you can start in any of those. And then depending what you test into, if you test into a 2-term Global First Year or a 3-term Global First Year, well, that will determine when you finish your first academic year. What I would highly recommend, and again, it's heartbreaking for many students who apply late and then they're not able to start when they want to, and they start the following semester. Just apply as soon as you can. We open admissions. It's rolling admissions, so we accept students throughout the year. Make sure you know when you want to apply, and then speak with Hugo and the team. They will let you know at what time it makes sense. But you can apply months and months before you start, and I definitely recommend that you do that.
No, that is important, as you say, because there is a lot of things that students have to prepare, and we can help the students to apply, and it is better if they do it with time.
Yeah.
Yes. And David, we do have another question. What English exams are accepted for the admission?
So there's a number of English exams. We recommend the Duolingo exam just because it's very very quick. But there's a number of other exams that you can take. What I would recommend is that you take the exam as soon as possible, because that will allow us to then determine what level to put you into. And again, the beauty of Global First Year is that you do not have to take the SAT or ACT. So there's no entrance examination to get into a Global First Year. That is another huge benefit of this program vis-a-vis the regular students. Another huge benefit is that we need to know what your English level is. So you do have to take an entrance examination for language, but we don't care, for the lack of a better word, what your level is. If your level is not very high, then we'll accept you into FIU, and then we'll put you in a language program. And some students every year take 1 or 2 semesters of English before they join Global First Year. That's only a handful of students, but it's available for you. Most students fall into the 2-year term, based on their English score, and then some students fall into a 3-term program for their first academic year, and that's based on your grades and your English score. So as you can see, any level that you have, you're going to be able to, come to the United States, fulfill that dream of studying abroad, and we will place you in the right place to make sure that you're successful.
Oh, that's really important, David. All the information you are giving us is really important because there is a lot of advantages for the students. Yes, and it is good they to know it.
Yeah.
Yes. David, those are all the questions that we have by now. I really want to thank you for this information, for the time that you gave us. And I want to remember all the students that any moment you can contact us, please, if you are interested in studying with Florida International University. We are happy to help you with all the application process. You just have to contact Global Studies, and we are working with Florida International University, and they will help us with all your application process. Don't hesitate to do it now. Don't forget to fulfill your dreams, and we will help you with it. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thank you, David, and thank you all the people that was with us today. Bye.
Bye-bye.